One day, the last star in the universe will burn out. And when it does, the cosmos will fall into permanent darkness. That final star will probably not be a giant like our Sun. It will likely be something much smaller. A red dwarf. Strangely, these tiny, dim stars may also be our last hope. Our Sun will die in about 5 billion years. Long before the universe ends, Earth will become uninhabitable. If humanity survives, we will need a new home. And wherever there are habitable worlds, there might also be life. So what makes red dwarfs so special? Red dwarfs are the smallest true stars in existence. They contain only 7% to 50% of the Sun's mass, some barely larger than Jupiter. They are faint. You've never seen one in the night sky. Even with modern technology, we can only study those in our immediate cosmic neighborhood. And yet, they are everywhere. At least 70% of all stars in the universe are red dwarfs. Of the 30 stars closest to Earth, about 20 are red dwarfs. They dominate the cosmos quietly. Like all stars, they fuse hydrogen into helium. But unlike massive stars, red dwarfs are fully convective. Their hydrogen and helium constantly mix. Throughout the star, this prevents fuel from getting trapped in the core, so they burn slowly, incredibly slowly. Their lifespans range from 1 to 10 trillion years. The universe itself is only 13.75 billion years old. Not a single red dwarf has ever died. Every one of the trillions that exist is still a baby. Some red dwarfs are barely stars at all. If they had just a little less hydrogen, they would become brown dwarfs, failed stars that cannot sustain long-term fusion. Red dwarfs exist right at the threshold between star and failure, yet they may outlive everything else. So what about life? The Kepler Space Observatory discovered that at least half of all red dwarfs host rocky planets between half and 4 times Earth's mass. Many orbit in the habitable zone where liquid water could exist. But there's a catch. Because red dwarfs are cool and dim, a planet must orbit very close to stay warm, sometimes closer than Mercury is to the Sun. That creates problems. Planets this close are often tidally locked. One side permanently faces the star, burning under eternal daylight. The other remains frozen in endless night. Extreme temperature differences make life difficult, unless a thick atmosphere or a global ocean redistributes heat, then stability becomes possible. There are more dangers. The gravity of a red dwarf can squeeze a nearby planet, heating it internally and potentially stripping away water over time. Such worlds could become like Venus, hot, dry, and hostile. Many red dwarfs are also volatile. They can dim by up to 40% for months due to massive star spots. Oceans could freeze. Then suddenly, they unleash powerful flares. In minutes, they can double their brightness. These flares may strip atmospheres away entirely. Life would need to endure extremes. But if conditions are right, a moderately calm red dwarf could host life for trillions of years. Life on Earth has existed for about 4 billion years. We have roughly 1 billion years left before the Sun becomes too hot for complex life. Around a stable red dwarf, civilization could last not billions, but trillions of years. About 5% of red dwarfs in the Milky Way may host Earth-sized planets in the habitable zone. That's more than 4 billion potentially habitable worlds. And life may not even need Earth-like planets. Moons of gas, giants, super-Earths, exotic ecosystems. In our galaxy alone, there may be 60 billion potentially habitable worlds. Orbiting red dwarfs could become humanity's future homes, but even they must die in trillions of years. The final red dwarf will exhaust its hydrogen. It will shrink and heat up briefly. becoming a blue dwarf. Then it will cool into a white dwarf, a dense object the size of Earth, made mostly of helium nuclei. Without fuel, it will slowly fade over unimaginable time. Eventually, it becomes a black dwarf, cold, dark, silent. The final ember of the cosmos. It will take longer than we can truly comprehend, and maybe that's comforting. If humanity survives, if we spread into the stars, we have time, an almost endless future before the universe turns out the lights.